not attempt to adjust your dial. I'm transmitting live with the hardcore style. Fresh new kicks in the all-star glow. I'm up in the mix, this Paul, large pro. Straight out the gate with the fabulous track. And my devastating rhymes get the platinum plaque.
What's up, it's your boy TGV. I'm back with another video again. This time we're going to be talking about how to make a logo and what you should do, what in my like opinion, and what you should really do with your logo in a way. So obviously, once you've went through the steps of making your render and everything, if you guys don't know how to do that, I'll be eventually uploading a video on that as well, rendering your thing, making bones, and again, basically I'm doing the revamps of the old videos I did, make it so I can explain it better. But what you want to start to do is open up your Photoshop, and the size for a logo is 800 by 800, so that's the logo size I use. So if we open up this new document right here, make it 800 by 800. And just a heads up, next week, yes, I will have a video up, either a speed art or a tutorial on how to do bone binding, because many people are asking me how to bind bones and what I should do, what you should do, but you know, it's gonna be all fine in a bit. So yeah, we go up, we open it, open up your character that you rendered, that you placed in a folder or not, I don't know, it's really up to you where you put it, because I put it in folders on folders on folders. Alright, so let's go with someone right here real quick. Let's just go with, where is it? Let's do the newest renders. Let's just go with Rachel on this one, or if you don't know her, it's Rodella, her username, but you know, she does YouTube as well, and you guys can go check her out if you want to. So yeah, for example, we go with her, and the rendering size I use is 1920 by 1080, makes it pop up a little bit more, but sometimes I might ask this. I just usually click try not to show again because it usually pops up for me either way. But I resize it to a decent size to where it doesn't just cover the whole entire logo itself, because you want to show the background too somewhat, right? So we go on this, we make the character somewhat smaller than it was previously, make sure nothing cuts off, you know, and check if nothing cut off on the hats. For example, with Valkyrie, it's hard to tell because it has a white, I don't know what those are called, on the side, the white on top of the hat, I don't know what that is, but you can make sure if it's cut off or not by doing this simple trick just with the black. So as you see, nothing's cut off. So what we're gonna move into is really how you're gonna design your background. Because background matters for so many logos, like for fashion groups wise, it matters a lot. What I tend to find usually is like online images that they use, but you know, it doesn't matter. That's a shameless plug in for my Twitter. Sorry, I turned that off so it doesn't bother us in this video. But yeah, alright, so if we search up like what, let's say, has black background, and we just hit enter on that, Google will pop up hopefully. Google will pop up images. Usually they go for like this type of stuff, but one way we can make it look better than just sliding it through, you know, we can add a lot of things. Usually people just add this in and they think it's good enough, you know, oh yeah, so good. But sometimes you try to make these on your own, don't always depend on Google Images, because yes, this is a good picture right here, for example, but sometimes it isn't, you know, it just messes it up. And you know, you copy this photo that you can if you want to. You copy the photo you want, and then you just do Control V on the layer you want it on. As you see, it's loading for me. But after this, what we're gonna try to do is make it a brown color, so it is not black and white, just that. Just black and white, let's be honest, it's overused too much now. Let's see. Alright, so that's a good photo, I'll tell you that. It's a good photo. It was really high quality. I gotta zoom down too far, but that, yeah. As you can see, resizing it helps a lot too. What you really try to do here is try to blend the character with the background somewhat, so it doesn't just look like it's not there out of the ordinary. That's not what I wanted. Going for a solid color on this one. Try to get like a brownish in here, like dark here. Maybe that. Screen, no burn, God, that's not what we want. Nope, not even that. Screen overlay. Yup, there we go. Try to line this up a bit. There we go. See, that's what you want to get right there. But then after that, we turn down this exposure bit so it doesn't look like it's hurting your eyes or anything. Just a tiny bit. Get that little fade in there. And for my character, I usually use vibrance. It just increases the volume of the color. As you can see, if we just turn it back to 0 real quick, you see it's like white plain, but when you turn it up, it starts to get a tan slightly, and that's what you really want. So I usually end it off right there and just make sure it's over this. And then when I go in the filter, and from this point on, I really use what's in this area, from blurs to renders to sharpening. So if we go on sharpen image, it sharpens that a little bit better, so you can see it more clear. Then if we go on distort, ripple adds like a bend to it, kind of slightly, as you can see right there. Sometimes you can do that, or if you're really trying to just not use no Google background, you can use a paintbrush on it if you want to. So yeah, that's the ripple right there. What I usually try to do as well is, I don't know that, oh my god, I merge the two so I don't lose the color. Control D on this. And then what you can do more is, let's say, where is it? Actually no. Go on same layer still, yes, same layer. Bring out this blur tool right here so you don't have to do Gaussian blur. And just blur at the ends you don't want it to be seen so obviously. So you go around. See, it makes it a little bit better right there, you know. Blurs out this, and this side. Blurs the top so the middle can stay seen visibly, so you can actually focus on the character more. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it with that on that layer. And then after this point on, you've added everything you wanted, right? So you might think, oh well, I mean, I'm finished, right? No, you're not finished. It's not that simple. Wish it was. Trust me, I'd do this every day. Not like I already do though. I mean, I do like 2 or 3 orders a day, but it's nothing bad. I love doing these orders. I don't know why it's stuck right here. I might cut the video to the part where I actually start using this. Alright, so yeah, so you might get this problem with the transparency right there, but all you gotta do really is just resize it a little bit. So hold shift, you know, drag to one of the corners, and if it does to the other side too, make it a little bit bigger on the other side as well. Boom, 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 you got a good background now, right? And if you want to do with the paintbrush, you can do it with the paintbrush. You can do distort with the paintbrush as well. I mean the paint that you use and everything. It really doesn't matter. But from this point on, I try usually vibrant background as well, just so you can see more color of the background, not just the character itself. Sometimes if you don't like it too much, you can actually just desaturate and make it look black and white a little bit, but obviously we're not trying to go for that right now. We put this around like 50 right here. Yeah, there we go, we got that part. So we got everything we need, right? No, you're wrong. We still got to do the lighting. Lighting is very, very important. You might think it isn't, but it really is. That's the main part of making your renders seem and feel like it's real. So I usually just use, if it's not this brush that I'm using right now, just a soft brush, regular soft brush. If it's not that, I try to use like a real lighting brush, but you can find those packs anywhere. And as you can see, if we add just a tiny bit of light, it looks like you're blending it in perfectly, right? So what you want to do is make it a bit bigger to the point where both ends of the brush touch the sides, and boom, and boom. I usually don't recommend you add it at the bottom though, because the bottom is just, who's gonna look at the bottom, right? So you can just keep on doing this, do like Alt Control Z to go backwards, or Control Z, and you keep on doing that until you find a good lighting like this. Now what you want to do is turn this opacity just a tiny bit down so it doesn't kill the vibe of the image as a whole. And what I usually like to do sometimes with images, if I feel like it's necessary, I take the background, I copy it, then I go black and white. So it basically resets it to the original image, but instead of actually keeping it like this, I use an eraser tool. Make sure it's a soft eraser tool. Turn up the diameter, erase the black and white layer just slightly. Oh, it's loading. But yeah, so what I'm trying to do is like erase it slightly so it looks like the color is fading in instead of away. That's what I really like to do with my images sometimes, but it's really up to the person who's doing the graphics. You can do that, or you can decide just to leave it one color. It's all in the theme. But yeah, so after you added your lighting, your background, your vibrances for your character, your background, the exposure on your background as well, usually I end it off not like seriously, but like with the layer wise, I ended off with a little bit of brightness, so it seems like a glossy effect on it, but it really isn't. And then you know, you can add in your text. So for example, if we're gonna I'm gonna just type in group for this example, because this is really not going to anyone. This is just for you guys, for you gals, guys, my audience out there, really, just like, you know, just for y'all. Like, I usually go on the blending options from this point on my text, and then I go on drop shadow, bevel, and emboss, inner glow, outer glow, doesn't matter, just to make it look sleek, you know. I really love doing this stuff as a graphic designer, you know. Boom, boom, boom. Just make it look nice, you know. And blam, you've got a group logo that you can potentially use. I don't know, I might not actually link this, like save it as a file for you guys, but in the next tutorial, if you guys really want me to send the file that I used, you guys can like just tell me in this video about it, and I'll try to update the video in like 2 or 3 days with this file, so you guys can mess around with it. But other than that, and like, this is basically simplest way I can explain how to do a logo. But for a watermark, that's different. You have to sketch. I usually sketch mine out first, So like the current logo I have is sketched out, and it's on my piece of paper over here. I recently just got a sketch diary, so that's gonna help. But yeah, you sketch it out, you go in your pen tool, and then you just do this. Like you shape it, basically shape it. You can curve it and everything. There's videos out there on pen like tutorials and shit. No. But yeah, and recently, before we end this off with a goodbye, you know, after revamping this video, recently, someone I knew named Shakes. I don't know if you guys know him as well, or if this brought the attention to me somehow, but he recently quit. Oh man, it's hard talking about it, but you know, it's just like one of the people that I really talked a lot about this to, you know. He's helped me some too. I've helped him some as well. But like, best journey to you, Shakes. It's just best, dude. Like, do what you gotta do, man. School, I know school is important, but still. Don't forget, always, school is priority. First family, then school, and then whatever you gotta do around the house, like chores, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I really want to talk about today. So I hope you enjoyed this logo tutorial on Roblox logos. If you guys would like anything else, comment down below, like, subscribe, you know the routine. But yeah, it's been your boy TGV1.